When the world trembles and hearts lose control, you come to me in an emergency, soul to soul. When the night screams and the stars start to fade, your voice becomes my serenade. When the air grows thick with unspoken pain, you run through the thunder, through storm and rain. Every heartbeat feels your urgency. You come to me in an emergency. When shadows fall on my weakened chest, you arrive like dawn to grant me rest. The silence breaks with your whispered plea. You come to me in an emergency. You are the doctor my heart desires, the cure that calms my hidden fires. Every moment of despair I see, you come to me in an emergency. When my tears create a flooding sea, you dive right in, so fearlessly. No delay, no doubt, no hesitancy. You come to me in an emergency. When the world becomes cruel, loud, and cold, you take my trembling hands to hold. Your eyes declare sincerity. You come to me in an emergency. Your love is my ambulance, my saving call. It catches me each time I fall. Your presence mends my fragility. You come to me in an emergency. When my pulse fades under grief's chain, you arrive like mercy after pain. Your touch restores vitality. You come to me in an emergency. When fear devours my fragile sleep, you break the silence, you climb the steep. You cross the miles just to set me free. You come to me in an emergency. When I lose faith and cannot pray, you whisper light into my way. You speak to my broken divinity. You come to me in an emergency. When life's alarms begin to sound, and no one else can be found, your love becomes my remedy. You come to me in an emergency. The sirens echo inside my veins. You soothe my heart, release my chains. You bring me back to sanity. You come to me in an emergency. When the walls of sorrow start to close, you appear like a healing rose. You turn my grief to melody. You come to me in an emergency. The clock may race, the storm may rise, but I see rescue in your eyes. You fight with fate and destiny. You come to me in an emergency. When I am breathless, weak, undone, you shine like my only sun. You hold my hand tenderly. You come to me in an emergency. No one else could ever see the depth of what you mean to me. You are my sacred litany. You come to me in an emergency. When betrayal strikes and trust is gone, you make me feel I still belong. Your voice becomes my guarantee. You come to me in an emergency. When my laughter dies inside the air, you rebuild my courage there. You awaken my lost energy. You come to me in an emergency. You rush through fire, through darkened gate. You challenge even hands of fate to bring me peace and clarity. You come to me in an emergency. When my mind spins with agony's call, you catch me before I fall. You are my heart's fidelity. You come to me in an emergency. When sorrow steals my sacred dreams, you appear from heavenly streams. You carry love's consistency. You come to me in an emergency. When storms roar wild inside my chest, you calm the chaos, give me rest. Your timing beats divinity. You come to me in an emergency. When the world turns cruel and blind, you read what's hidden in my mind. You grant me silent empathy. You come to me in an emergency. When I'm drowning in despair's sea, you dive to bring my soul to me. Your courage writes my destiny. You come to me in an emergency. When my body trembles, too tired to cope, you arrive carrying arms of hope. Your breath becomes my therapy. You come to me in an emergency. You read my eyes, you hear my cry. You never let my spirit die. You move with pure intensity. You come to me in an emergency. When my nights are heavy with pain, you appear again and again. You heal me with your purity. You come to me in an emergency. When my heartbeats turn to stone, you make sure I'm not alone. You bring divine electricity. You come to me in an emergency. When faith falters and fear takes reign, you kiss away the tears of pain. You become my continuity. You come to me in an emergency. When all the world refuses care, you are the one who's always there. You arrive with stability. You come to me in an emergency. When the stars lose light and fade away, you turn my night to golden day. You shine with rare sincerity. You come to me in an emergency. When my mind screams for escape, you wrap me in your loving cape. You shelter my fragility. You come to me in an emergency. You never question, never pause. You heal my wounds without a cause. Your love defies reality. You come to me in an emergency. When silence becomes too loud to bear, you fill the void with tender care. You grant my heart its liberty. You come to me in an emergency. When I fall apart in fear's abyss, you rescue me with a single kiss. Your faith restores serenity. You come to me in an emergency. When all my hopes are lost and gone, you rise like faith's forgotten dawn. You rewrite my fragility. You come to me in an emergency. When the doctor says there's no more cure, your love still makes my pulse endure. You are my immortality. You come to me in an emergency. You hold me when I cannot stand. You lift me up with your gentle hand. You love me with intensity. You come to me in an emergency. You break all distance, time, and wall. You answer every desperate call. You breathe divine affinity. You come to me in an emergency. You find me even when I hide. You swim across my tears' tide. You hold me with consistency. You come to me in an emergency. When thunder cracks and hope is gone, you make my heart believe again. Your love has no contingency. You come to me in an emergency. You come with light, you come with grace. You wipe despair from my face. You give me warm serenity. You come to me in an emergency. When I'm weak, when I am numb, you whisper softly, I will come. You are my endless symphony. You come to me in an emergency. And even when no crisis calls, you stand beside my fragile walls. Your love defies simplicity. You come to me in an emergency.